What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? This is KJF Vaping here. Coming at you with a part 2 review of Skeleton Key Mech Mod. Right? I know I have a review up on this thing, but I have since converted it to 18350. Now, if you don't know what 18350 is, it is a type of battery that is mostly used in a bantam box, right? So one of these. I'm trying to get the fucking RBA head to work for that. I have too low of an ohm coil on there, so I got to change that up, right? But this is an 18350. This is it compared to an 18650. This is wrapped, by the way. It is two of these equal this. Average, right? Now, this 18350 is a pretty powerful battery for mouth to lung. Right now, I got it on a SvoE Mesto Primo right now, the Skeleton Key, looking super badass with that matchy right here. Now, one thing I like about the Skeleton Key is the locking button. There's no fucking possible way with this fucking thing to fire with it locked until you see that little ring right here. Until you basically just flip it. You see symbols, and now you're ready to vape. Now, the juice I got rocking in it right now is this 40 milligram Monkey Brains right here, salty fucker vape juice. Very good, actually. I got it at my local convenience store. It's a vape shop juice, but a convenience store carries it, and it was 14 bucks for this fucking 30 ml bottle. Very good deal. Now, I got a 0.68 on this thing, so it's run a 0.7, right, is what I'm running on this 1850 here. Airflow at the biggest inlet, right, which is the way you change on the SvoE Mesto Primo is you unscrew the top, pull the AFC, and then you can spin the AFC. As you can see there, you got the dots all around that, right? So you can take your airflow inlet and spin it around to what airflow setting you want. It goes from a very restricted mouth to lung, right? So if I put the mouth to lung on there and screw that back on, more of a cigarette-like draw. Now I got mine on the very restricted direct to lung, which is on the setting number 5. It's a 5 millimeter. I think it's like a 0.5 millimeter hole, or something like that, or a 5 mil. No, this tank's kind of finicky because you gotta get it lined up. Oh, there it is. And then you just screw it down like that. Top fill tank, really good tank. I'd recommend getting one of these because they're very good. It's a K-Fun type of tank. I'll actually unscrew the whole thing for you to show you what kind of deck it is. Now, a K-Fun deck, if you don't know, is a very dated but also very widely used type of scenario. Now, K-Fun decks are still used to this day. They actually became bigger with the Haku Phenom series. That's more of a very big version of the K-Fun deck. Because instead of your leads going straight down, they go like this. So, lead here, and then the coil is my hands. Right, actually it would be a little more so like this. So your coils are my fingers here, so this is your coil. And then your leads, instead of going like this, they go like that. Now I got mine oriented so the leads are on the bottom. Right, and that's the deck right there. Very small fucking deck for this thing. Now this is a fresh coil on here. There's pretty much, I've probably put around 10, 15 mils of juice to this thing. Same juice I just picked up another bottle the other day, so pretty good little setup. That may look like it's a shit amount of vapor, but that's enough for salt neck. Right now, with this tank, you want to use a 50-50, 60-40. 70-30 is pushing it, right? But no max VG with this tank. This tank needs some PG in order to wick properly because it's such a thin juice channel, right? So that's the size of the mod. Now you can add the 18650 extension, which is this thing right here. This is the extension to make it so it's 18650 compatible. Now, an 18650 for this would be way too powerful for it. It would take a long time to ramp up, but with an 18350, with 10 amps, I'm working with 10 amps on this battery here, and I'm at a 6 amp build. So I'm well below the amp limit of my battery. So I'm 100% safe. I can run this build on a fucking laptop battery for fuck's sakes, but never do that. If you get the right specs of a laptop battery, you can run a vape build on it. Just make sure your amps are very well below that if you do come into a pinch, or if you do come across a person that gives you batteries that are laptop batteries. That's where you gotta be very cautious about shit, right? Like, you can use them, but use them with an MTL build, not a SvoE build, right? I'm not trying to advocate for that, but I'm saying in a dire emergency, or if you get sold a used vape and somebody has a laptop battery, that's when it's good, right? But no, we're advocating it. Now, but this setup here, it is a very sleek, full SS setup, and I like it. The draw on this tank is pretty good. I'm going to do a review on this whole fucking setup right here, right? It's a very good draw. Tank is approximately 2-3 mils of juice in this. And I usually vape with the airflow inlet facing down. You can get a decent amount of vapor production on this thing. Now, pros and cons is 18350s don't last. So I got 3 of these fuckers, and these are eFest IMR 18350, 700 milliamp hours with 10.5 amp draw. I think that's around I think it's a 9 amp draw or something like that. I'll look at the mooch charts, and then I'll update the description. And it is a well, the max continuous discharge is 7 amps, so 6.8 is what I think I'm at right now. Is very, very, very good for this battery. It's not pushing it. It's right at that level where the battery won't blow up. Now, if these things blow up, you're going to have a bad day. Even though they're small, they're powerful fucking bitches. Right here. Right? Now, these batteries are a dying breed when it comes to people using them, but I like it for MTL draws. Right? Now, back to the vape. Skeleton key button, very good throw on this button. I like it. And it's adjustable, so you don't have a hybrid connection. It's not like your hybrid connections. I'll show you this one right here. I usually put on my RDAs tight, so I have to use vice grips to take the RDAs off on the 510. Now, a lot of people go against that, but I've just been accustomed to just doing that. I'm just take the battery out while I do this so that it won't fuck with me. And then the sleeve. So I'll show you what a hybrid looks like right here. So a hybrid is a direct connection to the battery, right? So you're doing a direct connection, 0 voltage, well, no, next to 0 voltage drop. Now, threads do add voltage drop. I found that with any sort of threads, you're probably going to add approximately like 0.1 to 0.5 of a volt of voltage drop, which isn't bad, but on hybrids, it's very little, right? So this hybrid connection is very, very key for SvoE, right? You can use an adjustable, but you have to build a little lower to compensate, which I go against, so, yeah. But now I'm going to do a comparison here, 2700, 18350. It's a dainty fucking battery. Like, you can even look. Now, this is the exact diameter of 18650, because it's 65 millimeters. No, 65 millimeters long. No, fuck. 1850, so it's 35 millimeters tall. Fuck. And it is 18 millimeters wide. So from here to here is 18 millimeters. That is just the numbers of 18s and 20s and 21s and 26s and 2650s, 2650s and stuff like that. It's all the key numbers that you would need to know. Now, this has brass threads for your connections. I really got to polish that up, but now you could take that apart with a simple coin. I find that if you can fit a coin in there, it's a dime would work and stuff. Which I think I have a dime here. It's not a dime. That's a fucking nickel. But you can take this apart, right, to clean the insides and stuff if you ever need to. You basically cleaning your mech mod is just a thing that you would do if it's not performing as much as you would like. Now, with all mech mods, you gotta be very, very cautious with your builds. So right now, I got my batteries. They're all good on wraps and stuff. There are no nicks, no tears, no anything, right? Now with the 18350, I placed with the positive down because that's how I think it should do. You can do negative down and stuff. Doesn't really matter. It just switches your positive and negative on the posts. So yeah. I'll put a fresh battery in. Close that down. Now what I like to do is I pull up on that. As you see, there's a gap there. That's the wrench part of this skeleton key, which you can just give it a little extra oomph, right? And it'll still pop up. If you pull up, you can just do that. Now, fires again. Now that's a very good hit. Right? Now this is a very pocket-friendly mech mod because you can lock it. Won't be able to fire this thing at all. I'm using 28, either 30 or 28 gauge wire, not nichrome, Kanthal. And this, Kanthal for MTL builds are what I use. And I 80 to SS for SvoE because they heat up instantly. Whereas Kanthal gives a little bit of a gradual heat. Just to let you know. But this is a nice little fucker. Drip tips you can change with this thing too. Now I do have an Ego drip tip that will fit with this thing, but it doesn't look right on there, so I'm using more of a direct lung drip tip. But one thing you'll find with drip tips, 810 and 510 still provide the same amount of vapor production. 510 is not restricted. I find that with 510 drip tips, the same amount of airflow that you're getting from an 810. Because with an 810, yeah, it's a bigger bore, you're just getting more of a cloud hit. Whereas with a 510, you're getting more of a flavor hit, but with the same vapor production. So if this thing was capable of doing an 810, I would be getting more cloud because of more airflow you're getting. But no, that's all I have for you today. This is the Skeleton Key Mech Mod. Rating with this whole setup would be, I'd say a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10. Very, very good fucking kit. But no, as always, please rate, subscribe. I'm sorry for not uploading all that much on this channel. I'm gonna try to upload more. But yeah, my next review will be on the Bantam box, and then everybody's favorite controversial vape. The next review before the Bantam box is a mini review, the Jewel. Now, this is KJF Vaping here, signing off.